The Buddha speaks of the Infinite Life Sutra of Adornment, Purity, Equality and Enlightenment of the Mahayana school. Chapter 1. The Assembly of Sages attended the Dharma Assembly. Thus I have heard at one time the Buddha dwelt at Gridhakuta mountain in Ragagriha capital, together with a gathering of great monks, 12,000 in all, and all the sages who had mastered spiritual penetrations. They were Venerable Kondana, Venerable Sariputra, Venerable Mahamoggallana, Venerable Mahakasyapa, Venerable Ananda and others, all guests of honour. Together with Universal Worthy Bodhisattva, Manjusri Bodhisattva and Maitreya Bodhisattva, all bodhisattvas of the Bhadrakalpa came to attend the assembly. Chapter 2. The virtues of Samantabhadra Bodhisattva were followed by all. Also there were 16 bodhisattvas, Worthy and Protective Bodhisattva, Skillful in Contemplation Bodhisattva, Wise and Eloquent Bodhisattva, Observation of Non-Dwelling Bodhisattva, Spiritual Penetration Flower Bodhisattva, Light Emitting Bodhisattva, Precious Flag Bodhisattva, Utmost Wisdom Bodhisattva, Stilled Root Bodhisattva, Unwavering Belief and Wisdom Bodhisattva, Vow and Wisdom Bodhisattva, Fragrant Elephant Bodhisattva, Treasury Revelation Bodhisattva, Dwelling in the Middle Bodhisattva, Practice of Restraint Bodhisattva, and Liberation Bodhisattva were also guests of honour. All these bodhisattvas were following the virtues cultivated by Universal Worthy Bodhisattva. They were replete with measureless conduct and vows, and unmovingly dwelt in the meritorious virtues of all dharmas. They travelled freely in all directions and exercised their discretion. They had entered the Buddha's Dharma treasury and attained nirvana, and they wished to obtain the proper enlightenment in countless worlds. They would be like the Buddha who had manifested through the stages of departing from the tusk to heaven, being born in a royal family, resigning throne and leaving home, leading an ascetic life and cultivating the way. The manifestation of such performances was in order to be compliant with the world. With the power of Samadhi they would subdue Mara's evil obstacles, obtain the subtle and wonderful Dharma, and attain the perfect complete enlightenment. Gods and humans would follow, look upon them, and request them to turn the Dharma wheel. Constantly they used the Dharma sound to awaken the world. They helped people break through the fortress of affliction, destroy the pitfalls of desire, cleanse the impurities and delusion, and make evident the purity. They performed as living beings, proclaimed the wonderful principle, accumulated merits and virtues, manifested the field of bliss, and rescued and healed those in the triple misery, all with the medicine of the Dharma. Those bodhisattvas would be assured to reach their Buddhahood and receive prediction of their attainment of Bodhi. As a bodhisattva, they taught and became a Dharma master. They unceasingly practiced in accordance with limitless cultivation. They had matured boundless bodhisattvas' good roots, and were the mindful ones of whom all Buddhas were protective. These bodhisattvas could appear in all the Buddha lands. Like a good magician, they performed myriad sorceries, but nothing could be gained in that magic. It was the same with those bodhisattvas. They had mastered all the natures of the Dharma and understood the marks of the living beings. They made offerings to all the Buddhas and educated and enlightened all beings. They could transform into different forms as quickly as a flash of lightning. They destroyed demons, perceived the net of evil views, and untied all the bonds. They had surpassed the ground of sound hearers and Pratyeka Buddhas, and had entered the Dharma doors of emptiness, no mark and no vow. They were skillful in setting up an expedient way and manifesting in the triple vehicle. These bodhisattvas manifested nirvana for the benefit of the two lesser vehicles. They had attained the samadhi of non-production and non-extinction and all of the dharani doors. At any time they could awaken to the flower adornment samadhi and were replete with dharani of myriad samadhi. Dwelling in deep meditation they could see incalculable Buddhas, and in a flash of thought they could travel to all the Buddha lands. Having obtained the same eloquence as the Buddhas, they dwelt on the conduct of Samantabhadra. They were skillful in distinguishing all the different languages spoken by living beings. They taught and showed them the Buddha's true wisdom, knowledge and view. Their wisdom surpassed all the dharmas in the world. Their minds constantly attended on the way of delivering living beings. They were free from and not restrained by anything, and they were the unexpected friends of all manners of living beings. These bodhisattvas upheld the thus come one's deep and profound Dharma treasury, and protected the Buddha's seed of nature and kept it from extinction. These bodhisattvas showed great mercy and sympathized with living beings. They delivered speeches from a compassionate heart and taught living beings the Dharma eyes. They blocked all the evil paths and opened up the door of the great wholesomeness. They treated all living beings as they were their own. They rescued living beings, helped shoulder their burdens, and helped all to cross over to the other shore. They had obtained all the Buddha's measureless merits and virtues, and their sagely wisdom was inconceivable. Numberless and limitless bodhisattvas like these came and gathered together. There were also 500 nuns, 7,000 laymen, 500 lay women, and Brahma gods from the realms of sensuality and form who attended the assembly. Chapter 3. The original cause of the great teaching. At that time, the world-honoured one was emitting glorious and awe-inspiring light that looked like the gathering of melted gold. As in a finely polished mirror, the reflection shone through the Buddha's translucent body. He reflected great radiance and manifested myriad changes. The Venerable Ananda contemplated to himself, "Today the countenance of the world-honoured one is joyous, pure and clean, and his face reflects radiance, and his jewelled Buddha country is meritoriously adorned. It has never been seen before." With delight, Ananda gazed up respectfully and gave rise to a rare heart. He rose from his seat, bared his right shoulder, knelt on one knee, placed his palms together in veneration, and addressed the Buddha, saying, "World-honoured one, today you have entered the great Samadhi, dwelt on the unique Dharma, and stayed on the performance of a spiritual teacher, and manifested the supreme way like all the Buddhas have. All the Buddhas of the past, present, and future are mindful of each other. Are you mindful of the Buddhas of the past or the ones of the future? Or are you now mindful of the Buddhas of the other directions of the present time? What makes your awesomeness and majesty so evident and prominent, and the light emitted and the auspiciousness revealed so remarkable and wonderful? Please explain to us." Thus the Buddha told Ananda, "Excellent, excellent. Because of your compassion you have brought benefits to the living beings by asking such a subtle and wonderful question. The merits and virtues for the question you have just asked surpass the ones of making offerings to a whole world of arhats, pratyeka Buddhas, and making contributions to gods, humans, flying and wriggling animals and insects by millions of times. For what reason? In the future, gods, humans, and all sentient beings will be liberated because of your asking such a question. Ananda, the thus come one commiserates with the beings in the three realms with limitless great compassion. That is why he appears in the world. He enhances the way and expounds the Buddhist teachings, expects to aid living beings and brings true benefit to them. It is hard to meet and see such an opportunity, just like the Udambara flower that rarely appears. What you have asked now is very beneficial to all. Ananda, you should know that it is difficult to measure the thus come one's, the properly enlightened one's, unimpeded wisdom. He can dwell on numberless kalpas in a moment of thought, and there is neither increasing nor decreasing in his body and sense organs. Why? Because the thus come one's samadhi wisdom is ultimate and boundless. He has attained the utmost supremacy and self-mastery in all dharmas. Ananda, listen attentively and ponder well. I am now going to explain each of them to you. Chapter 4. The causal ground of Dharmakara. The Buddha told Ananda, "In the past, inconceivable countless kalpas ago, there was a Buddha who appeared in the world. His name was Lokisvararaja, thus come one, worthy of offerings, perfect enlightenment, perfect in wisdom and cultivation, skillful in non-attachment, knower of the worlds, the unsurpassed scholar, great hero, teacher of heavenly beings and humankind, and Buddha, the world-honoured one. He taught in the world for 42 kalpas, during which time he explained the sutras and taught the way to numerous gods and humans. At that time, a great king by the name of World Abundant heard the Buddha's teaching. He was delighted and awakened to the Dharma, and determined to seek the supreme truth of the way. He gave up his throne and became a monk named Dharma Treasure. By practicing the bodhisattva's way, he was a surpassingly talented and heroic sage who transcended worldly ways. His unwavering belief, understanding, and remembrance were paramount. His supreme conduct, vows, power of mindfulness, and wisdom enhanced his determination and made it firm and unwavering. No one could equal his vigorous cultivation. He went to visit the Buddha, showed his veneration in prostrating, and knelt on one knee. He placed his palms together in reverence toward the Buddha, praised him with these verses, and made the great vows. The verses stated, "The thus come one has a subtle, wonderful, and majestic appearance which no one in the world can equal. The Buddha's light shines limitlessly through the 10 directions, covering up all the brightness from the sun, moon. With a sound, the world-honoured one can present and make all living beings understand in their own languages. He can manifest in a subtle and wonderful appearance, and let all living beings see him as their own kind. I wish to attain the Buddha's pure and clear sound, and let the Dharma voice universally reach limitless boundaries. I aspire to exalt the Dharma door of the 6 perfections, and penetrate the profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma. May my wisdom be as vast and deep as the sea, and my mind pure and void of impurities and afflictions. I vow to transcend numberless doors of the realms of miserable existence, and quickly reach the other shore of ultimate enlightenment. The poisons of greed, anger, and ignorance will forever disappear. With the power of Samadhi, I will end all delusions and faults. Like the past incalculable Buddhas, may I become a great teacher to all living beings in the 9 realms, and liberate everyone in every world from the myriad miseries of birth, old age, sickness, and death."